I'm going to call the meeting to order. I'd like to introduce on my right, Florence Ruffner, and to my left, Mark Damsel. Thank you guys for coming tonight. So I've changed the agenda a little bit. I put public comments right up here at the top, thinking that that might draw some people in, but it didn't. So move on to approving the minutes of the January meeting. I do have three little things. Line 14, the word approved, just drop the D on that. Should be motion to approve. Line 18, same thing on approved, just drop the D on that to approve. And line 22, the figures that are, it should be 25,914.78. And that's all that I have perusing these quickly. Florence, do you have anything?
No, these are the January 29th.
January
right?
29th, yes.
Yeah, I'm looking right now. I don't know.
Okay, Mark, did you have anything?
The seventh line, it says people that were present. Kathy was not here at that meeting.
Seventh line, Kathy was not here. I missed that.
Good fun there, Mark.
Just a couple other, I think it's the second page, line 59. Mr. Damsel noted some tree pruning work and cabling had begun. I think at the very end of the sentence, we should strike begun, has been done.
Oh,
Was
it
at
has
the meeting.
been done.
It had been done, so
Okay.
strike begun.
I can see where that could be a little bit confusing.
And just, it has been done is the last three words of that.
All right,
I'm pretty sure, because I had the money figure down too, that I wanted to change, but you already changed that. So that's it for me.
okay. Florence?
No,
Anything?
I'm good. I'm reading them. No, they're good.
All right, so I move that we accept the minutes as amended.
I second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. So I received a new bench application for a Ms. Gladys Westerberg. And I put this on here because I got it from you, Florence, and I got it from Greg. But if you look back in the minutes, we said that we were going to hold off approving any more benches until we did something about a master plan, and we would revisit that this year. So I'm going to suggest that we contact this person and just tell them what we had done. That's in our November minutes. I don't really think we need to have a motion on that, but,
We already made a motion on it.
right, but I
Yeah.
don't think we need a motion
No.
to contact this
But-
person, so,
If you just notify her though and let her know that that's where we are right now,
yep,
you know, we're trying to come up with a master plan.
yep. Yeah, her son put this in, so, there is a contact number on here, so I will take care of that, okay?
Thank you.
Next item is the Tardif bench update. I know Mark has been working on this.
Yeah, thank you. We had talked about the bench, being in, it's not, I wouldn't say disrepair, but it's a little wobbly.
It's got some cracks in the
Yeah.
it's the concrete bench there.
Yeah, has the two stamped concrete sides and then the wooden slats.
Yep,
So I did as much research as I could. There was some relatives in, I think it was Auburn here in New Hampshire, and some down in Massachusetts. I had no luck contacting anybody. I went to Barbara over at the Historical Society, left some names and numbers to see if she could do a little more research for us. So that's kind of where that's at. I just don't know.
What's the name? Is it
It's Joe and Olive
Olive
Tardif.
Tardif? Yeah.
She was really famous in town, read
Right.
books, and was quite involved in the town Exeter for quite a while, and it's ironic that her husband knew my grandfather very well, so it's,
So why doesn't somebody put it on social media on the Exeter Community Forum and ask if anybody knows how to contact one of their relatives?
we could, I could try, or
Yeah,
someone
and
could
just see
try.
if anybody knows.
You good with social media?
Yeah, I can do
Do you
it.
mind?
No, I don't mind at all.
So it's Joe, J-O-S,
Oh, J-O-S.
yeah, and it's,
And Olive. I
Olive.
remember Olive Tartar.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh, do you?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
Didn't she work in the town offices?
I do not believe so. She was part of the female Remison.
Robinson Seminary?
Yep, and then there was a bunch of other stuff she had done. I had looked up her obituary and had mentioned all the stuff she had done here in town. So she was pretty involved in town.
Oh, wait a minute. If
And
you
she's
looked
pretty, she's an older lady, so I don't know the next generation under her. I don't know how old her siblings would be.
But if you looked at her obituary, it's gonna have her relatives' names in
And I
there.
called all of them, except
and
for
it
there's
did-
one more I got to contact, is out in, I want to say Minnesota or something.
Okay,
It was
okay.
her sister-in-law.
Yeah, I'll put it on the
Thank you.
Exeter Community Forum just and ask, does anyone know how to contact any of their relatives?
Great, thank you.
Yeah.
And just for another moment on the benches,
Yeah,
down by, just beyond, in between the big white birch tree and the pavilion, there's a bench. Of course, I wrote it down, but okay, here it is. It's a bench from Arlene Cole Leaf. And if you're looking at it, the three slats, the backrest slats, they're engraved. The bottom one, there's about 6 or 8 inches that are snapped off that one. And on that slat, it says, "From your leaflets." I contacted Lang Plummer because he had stained the benches before for us. Asked him if he would reach out to the SST here in town, the voc ed. They do not have a router to router that new board. I called him, Lang, again today. I guess there's someone over at Riverwoods that does the trail signs.
Yeah, yes. There's
So-
probably 2 or 3 guys
Yeah,
that can
so-
do that over there. Yeah, nice.
Lang was
Good
gonna take a picture of that.
Yeah,
Show it to the fellows over at Riverwoods, and then if it's all right, I'll take that slat off and possibly bring it over to the people at Riverwoods and have them do that stenciling as close as they can.
yeah.
I don't know if,
That's a good idea. I never, they have quite a woodworking shop over there.
so he said that he was gonna reach out to me, but I just said, well, we have a meeting tonight, so I just wanted to reach out to him, so that's kind of where that's at. I just wanted to bring that up while we were talking about benches. So
Sure.
if that happens here in the next week or so, I'll get a 2x4, because that's all that is, a 2x4, have them stencil it in, then I'll ask Lang what kind of color stain he used for the benches.
Okay.
I'll match that up.
Okay. I know a couple months back, we talked about all of those bench applications that we should all sign. Do you still have those applications?
I had them.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, wait a minute, let me look. They might be in a bit different binder.
No, that's okay. I was gonna ask if I could stop down
Yeah, let me
and
see.
pick those up.
You mean recent ones?
Yeah,
Don't,
yes.
yeah, haven't they been going to Greg and Melissa?
I don't know.
Here's one.
All right, great.
Would you also like to have this as just something that
I think you gave that to me
I
already.
blew, oh, you already have one. Mark, do you need one? It just shows the whole thing if you want to map something out.
Yeah, yeah,
You can
sure.
have that.
Thank you.
Yep.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
I'll keep looking for those.
Okay.
Glenn.
So the next thing is Kathy had forwarded me an email from the SST. They were looking for a list of the new trees that have been planted in the last 5 years. And I don't think it's just the Parkway. I think they're working on a project. It's the entire town. So I had emailed the lady who had emailed Kathy to try and get some more information as to what they were doing for the project and all. I have not heard from her, but so I've looked back in the minutes that I have about the trees that we planted this last year. I've reached out to Matt Berube about trying to get a list of the trees that Piscataqua planted. I think I had one at one point, but of the entire planting process that went on down there. I just can't put my finger on it. And then I think the only other missing link is the trees at Stratham planted, Mark, which I don't know if those are in, those would be in minutes before I got here,
Okay.
so.
Oh, Dave Short's gonna know what trees were planted, because they got them from him.
Right,
Yeah.
and I just have not contacted him yet, so,
Okay.
I have a pretty good idea of the trees that have been planted, so if you have some
All right.
time and you want to get together, we can
yeah, because
take a look at it.
I'd like to send that to this person, and
Right.
hopefully they'll,
Is it Ann DeMarco? Is she the one that,
I think it is.
Yeah,
But it's,
she's the one that-
it's their students that are doing
Right,
this project.
I
right.
think,
So,
from my recollection, I think the town of Exeter has been adopted the USA Tree Program. I think that
I think
has
you're right.
something to do with that.
okay. I know that I have a tree inventory that was done years ago. I think I got it from Jay or Jerry, but it even says that it's incomplete because some of the information didn't transfer over to the program that they were using, so, and we have talked about trying to get Piscataqua or somebody else to go down and do an inventory for us down there, so maybe we can work on that this upcoming season. Okay, so
well, that's the benefit of a master plan. It's all
Correct.
gonna be in there, exactly what you have there, and,
correct.
yeah.
So the next thing is this email letter that we all got from this Tears Foundation about the Angel of Hope Monument. I don't know if you read that or not, but basically what they are asking, this is a monument in memory of infants that have passed away. And the letter says that they have 8 monuments within the United States. It lists the states. And they are asking if they could put one of these monuments in Swasey Parkway, and they would pay the upkeep and all for this monument.
I thought we were trying to limit, benches and things placed in the Parkway to people from Exeter or who have some affiliation, have had some affiliation with Exeter,
Yeah,
or former residents.
you know what, this would be a nice thing to have, but I don't think the Parkway is the place to have it. So I don't know, should we pass it on to maybe the select board to see if they want to do something with it, or pass it on to both the select board and Greg?
I was gonna say, what about Parks and Rec, because they're in charge of all the other parks. So Greg would, I'm sure Greg would clear it with the right people.
So
I
what,
think I would pass it on to Greg.
pass it on to Greg and go from there?
Is there a picture of it?
No, there was no
No.
picture. It was just this, I printed this letter off and I highlighted some things just so that I could bring it, talk about it tonight.
I mean, it's a lovely thing to do, but,
Yeah, I just don't think the Parkway, is the proper place for
I
this.
agree with you.
I agree. The only thing I'd comment, I know about maybe 4 to 5 years ago, there was 2 memorial benches placed in the Parkway. I think they were some of the first composite benches that were installed in the Parkway, for people that had lost, children at birth, so, it's not.
But were they Exeter people?
Yeah. it's-
Well, that's,
yeah,
I think
it's-
that's,
So it's not,
Right.
I don't want to really go, back and forth on this, but it's kind of hitting close to home, so to speak, so I can understand where the monument, and I do want to think, we don't know what it's going to be, so I think maybe not in the park, would be a good idea.
and
All right, I'll
pass it off to Greg.
I'll
and
forward that on to
he
Greg.
can- Yeah, I mean, I think it's a wonderful thing to do, a wonderful memorial, but we need that master plan. This is the only thing, I didn't find any other ones, I just found that you might want to keep.
Oh, okay. All right, thank you.
Yep.
Okay, so the next thing on the agenda is the maintenance bid for the upcoming year. So I had said that I would take a look at the bid specification sheet. And I apologize for getting that out to you guys a little bit later than I wanted to, but I went through and I made some changes. All the changes are highlighted in red. I did reach out to Pam at the town office to see if she had a copy that could be changed, but all she had was a PDF copy, so I retyped this out. Nobody seems to have it, which I find a little bit amazing
You mean
because
nobody has a contract that was signed?
nobody has a contract that you can make changes to.
oh,
However,
okay.
the date changes on all these contracts, so I don't have a program that I can do that.
Okay.
So I ended up typing it all out. So I guess I would like to just ask you guys what, if you've had a chance to look at it, what your thoughts were on it.
Yeah, I looked it over.
I did, I just want to say thanks for doing all this work. I know.
Right.
Probably time consuming. And I did read through it several times. I think you've come pretty clean and straightforward with all the things. I just wanted to highlight a couple things. In the first paragraph, the second sentence at the end, it says April 5th. Should we?
That's just a placement.
Oh, okay.
You know what? I needed to put a date in there, Mark,
Okay.
and I knew somebody would call me on that.
No.
But that's just a
Okay.
placeholder.
Um,
Because we haven't,
Yeah.
we haven't set any
And you
dates
just
yet.
need a space there.
No, I know. I'll fix it
No,
once.
I couldn't type all this, trust me. I
No,
could
I'll-
never do this,
I'll
Dwayne,
fix
I'm
it.
impressed.
I'll fix it once we get, but
Yeah.
that was just there for a placeholder.
I just wanted to say, that is a Sunday, not, should we change it to like April 6th would be that Monday at 4:00 and then,
Well, I think once, we could take a look and see when we want to put this out, when we want the bids to be in by, and then I can change that and I can send it over to Pam.
because.
But like I said, that's just for a
Yeah,
placeholder. That's
okay.
the only reason,
No,
that's the only reason I picked
read it.
that.
I just wanted to say,
Yeah.
because today is
I
the,
actually think that's the last year's date was
Okay.
April 5th, but I just
so
changed it to
if
2020.
today is the 26th, the first is this weekend, I believe, and we get the bid out because in the past, we've put the bid in the newsletter for 2 weeks. So we'll have the whole month of March, or whoever, well, I shouldn't say it that way, who puts a bid on the Parkway will have the whole month of March. And then if we said that April 6th or the following week, April 6th and 7th, my math's not too good, the 12th or 13th. Because typically, usually it's the third week in April that the lawns get mowed, right, roughly, depending on the weather.
Well, hold that thought, because let's go down through it, because when we get to a couple of those things, I want
Okay, then
to
I,
talk about that a little bit.
then I just had two more things.
Yep.
The mowing, the paragraph that says mowing, right at the first sentence, I think it should say the contractor shall mow all turfed areas. See what says the contractor
Oh,
shall
yeah.
all. And
Mark,
that,
you're a good proofreader.
well, you get used to it after a while.
Well, listen, you know what? I'm not going to say that this is perfect.
No, you
No,
did a good job.
No, I'm just saying he's good.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then just on that same paragraph, it's the third to the last sentence. Because in the past, we've always, ask the contractor, like in July or August, if it doesn't need to be mowed, not to mow it. So where it says, the trustees shall reserve the right to direct the contractor to postpone, I think it should say to postpone or cancel a scheduled mowing. Does that make sense? Postpone or cancel?
That, we will have the right to do that.
Okay,
I think postpone,
okay, that's fine.
I think
No,
postpone
it's
is
just,
good. I don't think we need to put cancel in there.
and, pretty sure that was, those
I-
were just a couple
I
comments.
did
had.
change the mowing height to 3 inches, because that's, I think that will do the park a little bit better down there.
Okay,
I was going to try and do 2.5 in the spring and the fall and 3 in the summer, but
Well, hopefully they have the good judgment to do it properly. And on number 6, where it says fall cleanup and you put in and leaf collection.
Yep.
How about we say leaf collection prior to the first snowfall?
well,
Because we run into that, it's been 2 years in a row that the leaves have stayed there and,
yeah, well, that's, I wanted to ask you guys about that, because all of those contracts had said, shall be done no later than the second week of December.
that might be too late.
Well, it could be too late. However, sometimes too, you get 2 years ago, we got a snow early in November, and then it left, and you can get back, people were
Right.
able to get back out again. I was thinking that maybe we say, the leaf cleanup should be done between November 15th and November 30th.
Well,
I'm
but
not
November
sure how-
1st, aren't the leaves done falling off the tree?
No, those oaks down there those oaks will hang on down there.
It's a long time, yeah.
But, we, again, years ago, when I did it, it was still the Christmas parade went through there at the end. So we always tried to do it before the Christmas parade
Yep.
in Exeter, so, I mean, you can, and I don't know, I know we have to be careful about talking about stuff like this outside of these meetings, but, I don't know if you want to take a couple days and think about it, and then maybe we can.
I'm sorry, what are we thinking about, dates?
How you want that worded, or we can leave it, we
I
can
don't-
leave it,
well-
no later than the second week of December?
I don't think you have to be that specific because you two are great about communicating with these people. And if you see that it needs to be done, it hasn't been done, I know either you or Mark, you typically will just call and say, you need to come do it.
I think the second week of December, because usually.
Right.
Usually leaf season, historically, I think if you talk to anybody, they'll go till the 10th of December. Usually all your leaves are cleaned up by the 10th of December.
But just
so-
somehow the past 2 years,
No, I know.
they haven't done it. So people call and are concerned because the sidewalk is covered with leaves. So hopefully that'll be taken care of.
All right,
I'll just call you this next year and complain.
okay, fair enough. And actually, on number 6, fall cleanup, and then leaf collection was a separate one below the fall cleanup, if you look at the old contract.
okay.
I did put the spring cleanup back in there because, in reading this, I know years ago, the Earth Day volunteer thing was really big. The Academy had done it, the Boy Scouts had done it. But I think, lately, in the recent years, the whole Earth Day volunteer cleanup thing down there has not been as well attended, if you will, as it has in the past. So I think it would be prudent if we did get a price on the spring cleanup. And then if somebody wanted to do something for Earth Day down there, I don't think we're waiting. Earth Day is around the 20th, I think it is. And really, if somebody's gonna go down there and do a spring cleanup, that's kind of late in that big area down there. So I put that back in because it wasn't in there. And then the pruning I did put in too, not that we're gonna do the pruning every year, but I put that back in because, again, in looking back, in some of the contracts from years ago, they had it in there, and it's pretty specific as to what, the Parkway trustees wanted for pruning down there. So I put it in there. Again, all of these red highlights, I can just go back and make black if you guys think that they're okay.
I think everything you have in here is fine.
3.1, the mowing adjacent to the Norrisbrook buffer, that was a couple of lines, couple more lines, but it dealt with when they put the new planting in along that,
Yeah.
the buffer there. So I felt that we should put it in, but I just changed it and made it a little bit shorter, but it still basically says that any mowing or trimming shouldn't encroach on the shoreline buffer along Norris Brook. And then that's it. So,
No, I think it all looks good.
I can make those, so I'll put Mo in there. And so if you want me to go ahead and if you want to use this, just one more thing that I felt I want to point out to make sure that, I put if needed on the mowing, on number 3, at the second sentence. It said the 4th week of April. Mowing should be done by the end of the 4th week of April. But I looked it up on the calendar this year. So there's actually, April starts like on a Wednesday, and then that 4th week is a little bit longer. So, or the 4th week, it actually is almost a 5th week that's a little bit longer in April this year. So the 4th week is a little bit sooner. So that's why I added the if needed in there, just to give, a little bit of leeway on there.
Yeah.
And then the next line down, I added Wednesday because I think, and I know I ran into this, I think everybody that mows down there runs into this. It says Thursday or Friday. You have the farmer's market on Thursday. It's a little bit tight to try and get that all done for on Thursday. And then Friday is usually a pretty big day that people, start to go in there and do things. So I put Wednesday in there, and I think historically we've told the contractor they can be in there on Wednesday, and that works out. The grass isn't gonna grow that much more between Wednesday and Thursday, so.
I think you did a good job. I don't know, do we want to pick a date tonight when they would be due, the bids?
Yeah, I think we should.
And then-
we should pick a date of when we want to put this in the paper.
And then would you
And
have
then,
time to put it in the paper as well? That would be great.
Yeah, Florence, do you know who used to put this in the paper? Did you
Sherry
do it?
did.
Sherry
No,
did, okay.
Sherry put it in.
All right, so
Yeah.
I'll talk to Pam about that.
Okay, great.
So,
And I just picked April 6th, because that's
that's Monday.
that would be a Monday, and and I guess it all depends on when it goes out in the paper, because I think we should give everybody just about a month. And then if we can open the bid, whatever that day is, that 6th or that week sometime in Pam's, we've always opened it in the town manager's office, secretary's office,
Right,
recorded it, kind of gone through it, read them out.
right.
So if that works, if we can,
I'd like to see it done the week before,
that's fine.
March 30th, 31st, open them up because that way, if we're gonna have that person do the spring cleanup,
Yes.
it gives them time to do that. And if spring is going to continue to be early this year, people may be really busy by then. So I'd like to see like March 30th,
That's fine.
we open them.
Which day would that be on?
Monday.
Monday, okay.
And,
Due by Monday, March 30th at 4 o'clock?
yes.
What you're gonna change? Okay.
Yes. And then, it won't take me long to change this, and I'll talk to Pam about, maybe we can get this out in the paper like by March 6th, Friday, March 6th. And was it only one paper that it went into? Did it just go in the Exeter
Mark, I
paper?
think it just goes in
I
Exeter.
think it just went in the
Yeah,
newsletter.
the
and then-
newsletter.
Whatever Seacoast papers
Yeah,
that is.
Exeter newsletter.
All right, I'll ask, I'll talk to Pam about that.
Who are these people?
I don't know. Okay. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, that was great. That was a lot of work, good.
I wanted to get this done and out.
I don't know what's happening here, but I don't know if Bob knows. Bob, do you know that we're not, oh, no, there we go. We're back.
All right. The porta potty for the upcoming year, again, I know, Mark, you wanted this on there. I know I've gotten some questions about when we were gonna get that back out, because of course, with the weather being what it is, people
We
are
have these
walking
nice
down there.
days, yeah.
Right, a little bit more. But what are your thoughts on that?
My thought is,
Or when, I guess historically, when did it used to go out?
like you guys just said, I mean, I was downtown Saturday or Sunday this weekend, nice weekend. There was a ton of people out. I think I could, if you're in agreement, I would call Bro Brothers this week, seeing how it is the end of the month, and just set it up for this coming month and get the handicap porta
For
potty like we
March?
did for March. And then,
If, okay, I guess, and I've thought a little bit about this, if, let's say it does snow,
yeah,
do we clear a path to the porta potty, and who's going to clear that path?
I'll be responsible for it.
I mean,
I'm just
again,
saying. I
I
totally agree.
I agree with you. I mean,
But like I said, I didn't really actually drive through the Parkway, but I believe I was coming home from work Saturday or Sunday afternoon, and there was a boatload of people walking their dogs downtown, and there was a boatload of people in the Parkway. Let's hope it doesn't snow again this season, but you're absolutely right. It's just like in the fall with the leaves,
You
Right.
never know.
right. Yeah, and I've been going through the Parkway several mornings lately, the last couple of weeks, and there's been some people walking in the Parkway early in the morning, so.
So if you want, I'll reach out to Blow Brothers and we'll set it up for this coming March, this month, next month, whenever the end of the month is. Unless you want to get it out, today's Wednesday, if you want to try and get it out for this weekend.
No.
It's up to you guys.
No, I was kind of thinking a little bit longer.
You know what's gonna happen? All of a sudden, we're gonna be in 90-degree weather. It's
Yeah.
gonna change overnight, let's hope.
How about if we hold off till the week of the March 23rd? Florence, do you have any opinion
No,
on
I
that?
don't, no. You'll do what you think is best.
It's up to you. If you wanna wait that long, it's fine.
Well, I want a consensus, that's all.
I'm just thinking, there is a lot of people that use the Parkway on the weekends, and it's hard to really predict the weather.
Correct. All
We
right,
live in New
let's go ahead and, I would make a motion to let Mark contact Blow Brothers and ask them about March 2nd, Monday, March 2nd.
Second that motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Will do. Thank you.
Thank you. And then hopefully it won't snow and.
You'll see me down there with a shovel, going to the bathroom.
Yeah. Okay. The fence repair, we had the trees cut up by the entrance on Water Street that were pushing that had pushed that fence out. We had gotten some concerns from the farmer's market people. It's the
You mean the
black
one by the
fence.
water?
No,
water on the
no,
other
it's on
side?
the other side.
Oh, I don't know where that is.
I know Mark had said that he had contacted AAA Fence
I got
with a,
a copy of both of you for an estimate. Florence, it's just as you go in the park,
Is it a chain link fence?
on the
Yeah.
left-hand side, the corner by the parking lot,
Uh-huh.
there was a tree that actually was pushing the fence out, and on the corner
Okay,
It's like a corner connector, so to speak, so the top of the chain link, it's got that round bar. It's
Right.
actually pushed right out, and I put a piece of caution tape on it. So this is the price that,
What is the price?
yeah, there's no price on here.
when I copied.
Oh, you know what, you copied the email, but not the PDF for the
It's
price?
$498. I'm sorry, I copied the wrong.
$498?
Yep, I'm sorry, I
No,
copied the
you
wrong
got the
thing.
email.
Sorry, my
It's
dyslexia.
$498 just to repair that section?
It's to put the corner on. There's a couple upright posts that are bent, and then the whole top of the chain link fence doesn't have them wires on it that holds it to that bar.
Right.
So it's about 100 feet.
Yeah, they have.
Oh,
they have
that's
to
a
go-
lot.
They have
That's
to
a
go
lot.
way down, Florence, and pull
Okay.
it and all, so.
How about this? I make a motion.
And they did, excuse me first, this company, AAA out of, I believe they're out of Dover, they were the ones that installed this fence. Their little placard, if you will, or their little sign is on the fence, so they're familiar with that fence in that area.
It's a good idea.
Is there do you know, when they could fix this?
No,
Is
but
there a
I'd.
timeframe on
I'd
this?
like to get it done as soon as they can.
Well, you know, there are other areas along the river that the fence is kind of off of the bar on the top, or it's pushed out.
Yep.
Do you think it would be a good idea to have other repairs done?
I could take a look at it. I've actually gone down and done some of them on the top along the river. I think this one right now is pretty pressing because of the way it sticks out. I think it was someone at the farmer's market or something last season almost got
Yeah.
poked pretty bad because they had set up a booth on that.
Oh, yeah, so it needs to be
So
fixed.
it really is kind of a safety
You know
issue.
what else needs to be fixed? I just thought of this, when the policemen had their event down there. That white chain that goes around the white birch,
I noticed that today.
it was broken.
Yeah.
So one of the officers gave me a tie.
There's some rope down there on it.
So
I'll-
I hooked it together, so it was, people couldn't go in around the tree. So somebody might want to at some point fix that.
I was looking at that today. I had some zip ties, but I just ran out of time, either today or yesterday. So I will address that with some zip ties, yes.
Yeah, I just did it quickly, so
Yep.
it was
Well,
fenced in.
I think that white plastic fencing you can get at RJ's, so maybe we should take a look at that and see
Okay.
if it actually needs to be replaced.
I don't know how it got broken, but one was
Right.
broken.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
actually been there for quite a while, so.
It was back then, that's when it happened.
All right, so, I'll make a motion to, have AAA fence repair that section of the fence that this quote, is for the $498. And then, while they're there, Mark, maybe you can, just have them walk along the other fence and see if there's any repairs, safety
Okay.
repairs that should be made. That can be a separate quote, but
Yep.
this one here, we really need to address because of the fence is pointing out, so.
I second your motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I just have one other thing that I didn't put on the agenda. I've been in contact back and forth with the lady from the GFWC, and she was asking me about the plaque. They've priced out a granite plaque, which is 11 by 16. I think, Mark, you said that the other ones were like 17 by something.
Yeah,
It was pretty close.
Yep.
Now, she also said that what they had priced out before was a paver stone, which is less expensive because they got the paver stone from Home Depot, or they would get the paver stone from Home Depot and have that replaced, or have that engraved, excuse me. And obviously, that's a lot less expensive, but she also asked if there was any requirement for the plaque. And I think we had said that
We
the
voted for
plaques
them
were
to
gonna
be
be the
consistent,
granite,
to be the same.
correct?
Yeah,
That's
we
what
did
I
vote.
thought. I just
Yep.
wanted to double check to
Yep.
make sure, because I was trying to find that back in the past minutes and I couldn't
No,
find
we
it very
definitely
quickly.
did vote on
so-
that.
All right, so I'll reach back out with her and tell her that we had voted that it should be the granite plaque.
If we,
Just to keep everything similar, I think.
I
Yeah.
agree.
You don't want to,
Nope, that's fine. I remember that we had that conversation and I thought we had done something, but I just couldn't put my finger on it.
Well, you know what would be nice for people, if there was something on a site, like the site where the applications are, to show the benches, what the benches look like, what the cost is for the bench, and for this plaque as well. If it's a tree, here's what you need to use. So then people know exactly what they need to do. So they're not guessing on what's required of them.
No, I agree, because I think from the recent email that she had sent me, I didn't realize that they had priced out a paver. Now, is it like a brick paver
Yeah.
size? Is it a big patio paver size? I don't know. I don't know exactly what that is, but I do know that they want to come in March too, so maybe we can have this all squared away, because they want to dedicate that, I think, sometime in April or May.
Well,
So-
if we had it on there too, what the size is, where they can purchase it, it just streamlines it for
Yeah.
everybody.
No, I agree, that's a good idea.
And this can all be part of the master plan,
Yeah,
which incidentally, has anyone looked into that at all?
I have been in contact with Rustine and all, but
Oh, good, good.
I think where Kathy is going to be getting done, she's had a lot on her plate other than that, so we'll have to wait until after the election of the new selectmen to try and start working some more on that. So, but it is on the radar,
Oh, good, good.
so. All right, that's all that I have. Mark?
No,
Mark,
oh,
do you have anything?
no, I was just gonna say,
Florence?
gentlemen, the past year, it's been a pleasure working with both of you as a trustee. It's been very nice, very peaceful, and we've gotten things done, and hope to see you continue doing good things in the Parkway.
thank you.
And
Yep.
thank you for your service
Nope, my pleasure.
to the Parkway. And I also, I know that Kathy's not here tonight, but I also just wanted to thank Kathy for being the select board
input.
rep
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
putting up with me all year.
Oh, I don't think it was that hard.
And I wish you both luck in the endeavors that you choose to do moving
Thank you.
forward, so.
And I was expecting a cake, but okay.
Well, I
Or
dropped
at
the
least
ball.
balloons.
I dropped the ball on that one, so.
No, I'm joking. Thank you both.
Thank you.
All right, so if there's no other business, then,
And thank you both for serving.
thank you. I'll make a motion that we adjourn.
How about I second that motion for the last time?
All righty. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Adjourn at 6:50.